Skinny Heart Always 7T, back with another EP. Y'all do your boy a favor, y'all smash that like button for your boy when you roll on in. We here for a good time, not a long time. I'm gonna try to get this within 8 minutes. So we gonna go and get right into it. Appreciate everybody sliding through. If y'all could jab that like button for your boy. We here today with the fight breakdown and prediction between Joshua Franco. Joshua Franco is 18-1, 2 draws, 8 KOs, and 1 knockout loss himself. He stands at 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach from San Antonio, Texas. Joshua Franco is the big brother of Bam Bam Rodriguez. Y'all know Bam Bam Rodriguez that fights at the 100 and he's at 115 right now. Is Bam Bam Rodriguez. Joshua Franco. Well, Bam Bam Rodriguez went back down to 112. He was fighting at 115 his last 3 fights, but now he's going back down to 112. Joshua Franco is also a 115 fighter. Joshua Franco is facing off against Kazuto Ioka. Kazuto Ioka is a veteran fighter. I've done a Kazuto Ioka live fight call on my Southern T before. Him and Nietes had, a pretty good goddamn fight. You know what I mean? Did him and Nietes, very successful Southern T I had over here, right? Kazuto Ioka, 29-2, 15 KOs, 33 years old, stands at 5'5", with a 65-inch arm reach. He's never been stopped, but he does have those 2 losses. Opponents of note, right? Again, Dunning Benitez, who he just beat by unanimous decision. He also has a loss to Dunning Benitez, right? And he has a knockout win over Kosei Tanaka. Kosei Tanaka was an undefeated prospect, that Ioka dethroned, right? So we got Joshua Franco versus Ioka. Again, I'm gonna try to make this as swift as possible. What's good, DP, D Free, A1 Hoop Zone, Josh Sanders, my girl Jazz, my baby Lulu. Appreciate everybody. My baby Jazz, you know what I mean? My baby Lulu. Appreciate y'all sliding through this thing. Ray Buck, what's good, Yoda Wise. But I ain't gonna keep y'all here too long. This fight right here, this is between a technical inside fighter, Joshua Franco. Joshua Franco looked very impressive coming off his 3 fights. You know what I mean, with Andrew Maloney. Andrew Maloney is one of those twins that came over from the UK. They fight on Top Rank. Andrew Maloney is seen as the better twin, you know what I mean, out of the two. Joshua Franco's first fight with Andrew Maloney was close. You know what I mean? He won by unanimous decision. And then there was a no contest in between there, which was kind of controversial. Franco got hit with a thumb, you know what I mean, in the eye. They called this eye to swelled up, and the fight got stopped due to incidental headbutt. Even though there wasn't a headbutt, it came from a thumb. But they ended up calling it a no contest due to headbutt. And then Franco came back in the third fight with Maloney. He looked good in that fight, and he won that fight 16-12. So he got, 2 impressive wins over Andrew Maloney. He's the less experienced fighter going in up against Ioka. Ioka is the more veteran fighter out of two, where Joshua Franco likes to fight, you know what I mean, on the inside. He likes to use his jab and get on the inside. Kazuto Ioka is a fighter who likes to keep his range. He likes to fight mid-range to outside. So you got one fighter who's going to be wanting to approach in this fight and get on the inside. And you got another fighter in Ioka who's going to want to keep this fight at range, at distance, use his jab, use his jab to set up, his body work, his uppercuts, and things like that. For Ioka to be successful in this fight, he is the older fighter, right? He's going to have to control pace in this fight. He's going to have to control distance. This guy is one of the better fighters in boxing, right? Some feel like he should be a pound for pound guy, right? I'm not going to necessarily argue that. I think after he gets maybe an undisputed, or after he beats a Joshua Franco, right, and get at least unified in this division, I think he will have a better argument, you know what I mean, for the undisputed that he so seeks. If y'all could smash that like button for your boy. But Ioka is he's the favorite in this fight, not the favorite by a whole lot, right? But he is the favorite going into here. They both are champions, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. He's the WBA, right? He's the WBO champion, and Joshua Franco is the WBA champion. Both, getting belts in their last fight in the Nites for Ioka and Maloney for Franco. In this fight, if Franco wants to win, Franco is going to have to be active, which he has no problem being. He's the younger fighter, has an active jab. He's more willing to bang with you, right, than Iota. But Iota actually is willing to bang with you, but he's better in fights when he uses his boxing and he controls range. The problem with Ioka is sometimes that he does get into these wars with these fighters, which allow them to kind of gain a little ground on him. Franco, not a guy who has, extreme power, right? But he's a guy that has displayed power, and he's a guy that you don't want to necessarily get into a battle with, because that's more up his alley when you are the level of boxer that Ioka is, and when you are the age that Ioka is, right? Franco is 26, Ioka is 33, where Ioka, may be the more experienced boxer out of the two. Franco is a well-versed boxer in himself. I think in the later rounds of this fight, right? I think age may start to play a little bit with Ioka. He kind of slowed down. uh he's been known to, kind of, I ain't gonna necessarily say slow down, but he's been known to kind of coast in a lot of these fights, right? And allow his opponents to gain a little ground on him. Franco could box as well. He's not a guy that you want to coast on, especially when Franco is the guy who kind of pushes the action, right? If I had to grade it, I would say Ioka maybe would be slightly the better boxer, with Franco being not too far, you know what I mean, behind. But Ioka is the better pure boxer. But I think Joshua Franco's youth, right, and his athleticism in this fight is going to do him well. I think Ioka, maybe if this fight was about, 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, I probably would take Ioka in this fight. But I'm going to take Joshua Franco in this fight. I'm going to take him by UD. I think eventually he's going to be able to work on, the veteran fighter Ioka. And I think he's going to be able to land on Ioka. I don't think anyone is going to get stopped in this fight, but I do think Franco's work rate eventually is going to catch up to Ioka. They're both going to get hit with some shots. We've seen Franco been down before, right? Ioka does have power, but I just think the youth and the athleticism of Franco in this fight is going to be a little too much for the better boxer. And I think that Joshua Franco eventually is going to be able to catch up with him. He's going to be able to use his jab and get on the inside. And sometimes Ioka lets you on the inside, right? So Franco may not even have to work as hard as, he normally will, because Ioka is the kind of guy who boxes well, but who will engage with you in the battle, right? So I got Joshua Franco winning this fight against Ioka. This fight is going to be this Saturday, 4 a.m. in Japan, right? So it's going to be Saturday morning at 4 a.m. So Friday night, tomorrow night, you know what I mean, after NBA night, we gonna be right back live running the marathon for this Ioka and Joshua Franco fight, just like I ran the marathon for Ioka and Nanitas and Nanitas, you know what I mean? So I got Joshua Franco winning this fight by UD over Ioka. Think it's going to be a great fight. I say about 12 to 16, something like that, 116 to 112, something like that, maybe by 3 rounds. I think Franco go start to work on him a little bit, go use his jab to get on the inside, You know what I mean? And Josh, I think they boxing is about even, right? I would give Ioka maybe a slight edge in being the better technical boxer, but the big age gap in the athleticism of Franco, and then me just thinking that it's Franco's time is why I'm leaning Franco in this. But I got Franco, unanimous decision. I ain't gonna keep y'all in this thing too long. Skin Hardaway Southern T. This ain't the past, this ain't the future, but this the present. That's how we rocking, and I'm out. Look, make sure y'all head over to Just Do Boxing. My man gonna be live in about 4 minutes. Greatly appreciate you.